Hi, this is James from OEC, formerly known as OKC, and you are listening to OXTalks. OXTalks is a podcast where we talk about blockchain, crypto, DeFi, GameFi, technology, markets and people, and everything else related to them. OXTalks is produced for education purposes only, and this podcast is produced and distributed by OEC. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of OXTalks by OEC podcast, and after a short break, we are back with a bang. Today's episode will be the breakdown of one of the biggest announcements in the NFT space that made the highlights last week. That is the acquisition of IP rights of CryptoPunks and Meebits by Yuga Labs. Before we dig into that, let us briefly talk about the updates on OEC over the past month. A few new projects were deployed on OEC in February. The first one is a Pocket Network, and it's an infrastructure middleware protocol that facilitates decentralized cloud computing and abundant bandwidth on full nodes to other applications in Web3 across 37 blockchains, including Ethereum, Polygon, Solana, and now is partnered with OEC. A GameFi project platform is a metaverse that uses blockchain technology to simulate the evolution of human civilization. Bazaar Marketplace, that's created by CryptoBlades, comes with a completely new user interface and updated filters and sorting. This new marketplace is a global NFT trading platform that allows users to buy, sell, and display their NFTs. As one of the investment portfolios of OKX Ventures, X Protocol successfully deployed on OEC. X Metaverse extends its connection network to OEC, enabling the exchange of assets and users between both networks. Ezel is one of the top mining pools for ETH and the number one pool for ZIL, with different profitable mining options. Ezel miners can withdraw their ETH rewards with no fee through OEC network. Also, Ezel distributes complimentary OKT tokens to the miners who choose the OEC network to pay for any transaction fees within the OEC network. Laskavax offers an intermediary-free platform that aims at raw materials buyers and suppliers, making the acquisition process easier and cheaper than ever before. And lastly, APR List is a platform that provides market data of the OEC ecosystem, including token data and farms list. Now it's time for our breakdown. One of the biggest news in the NFT space happened last week on Friday, when Yuga Labs acquired the IP of CryptoPunks and Meebits NFT collections from Larva Labs. For those who are not familiar with the names I just mentioned, I'll just give you a very quick intro. Yuga Labs is a team that created Bored Ape Yacht Club and later Bored Ape Kennel Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club NFT collections. Larva Labs is a team that's behind CryptoPunks, Meebits, and Autoglyphs NFT collections. So on Friday, Yuga Labs announced the acquisition of CryptoPunks and Meebits, tweeting, "Some big news to share today. Yuga has acquired the CryptoPunks and Meebits collections from Larva Labs. And the first thing we're doing is giving full commercial rights to the NFT holders, just like we did for Bike and Mic owners." Plus, they acquired 423 CryptoPunks and 1,711 Meebits from Larva Labs directly. First, let's do a price and activity analysis of Bike, Mic, CryptoPunks, and Meebits before and after the announcement. Note that most of the data I'll be mentioning here will come directly from OEC partner DeepRadar. So the official announcement was made at 11 p.m. UTC on March 11, and immediately both CryptoPunks and Meebits saw an increased trading activity. Meebits was trading at 4.2 ETH on March 10th and had 87 sales on that day. CryptoPunks was trading at an average price of 69.8 ETH and there had been 5 sales. After the announcement dropped, on March 12th, Meebits sales increased to a whopping 953 sales. That is 995% sale increase, and the average price was 6.1 ETH. Similarly, CryptoPunks sales jumped 1000% to 55 sales, with an average price of 77 ETH. March 13 saw dramatic sales drop closer to levels we saw pre-announcement as the hype died down. Bike and Mic collections also saw sales increase compared to pre-announcement date. Bike had 2 sales on March 10 for an average price of 74 ETH, whereas Mic had 44 sales for an average price of 16.2 ETH. After the announcement, Bike saw 12 sales at an average price of 76.1 ETH. For Mic, there were 74 sales for an average price of 19.2 ETH. Unlike CryptoPunks and Meebits, Bike and Mic prices continued to rise on March 13th. Now let's dig deeper into why this acquisition happened. First of all, it's important to note that CryptoPunks was created in 2017, long before NFT went mainstream, and became the gold of NFT space. However, with the creation of Bored Apes, and later Bored Kennel and Mutant Apes, Yuga Labs took a different approach to build and grow their universe. That led to Bike flipping CryptoPunks in terms of floor price for the first time ever in December of last year. Since then, Bike floor price has been sitting above CryptoPunks on OpenSea. There are a few factors for the flipping. First, Bike gives full IP rights to the owners of NFTs, meaning you can pretty much do anything with your Bored Ape. For example, apefather.e said that their ape is licensed in an upcoming comic book that's being produced by Miss Division. Caged Ape shared his story of how they used apes to create Bored Ape IPA at their Michigan brewery. These are just few examples. Well, unlike Bike, CryptoPunks IP rights were in a bit of a mess. In 2019, Larva Labs adopted the NFT license for Punks and Autoglyphs. And according to the license, there is no transfer of IP, copyright, or trademark to Punk owners. Punks can be used for personal, non-commercial purposes, and you can commercialize your merch up to $100,000 a year. You can't, however, modify the art or sell third-party projects with it. There was a specific copyright license agreement that had been written up for CryptoPunks. It looks like this license agreement was also adopted. However, it seems to provide less clarity on the terms that were outlined in the NFT license. For example, this license only grants Punk owners the right to reproduce, display, transmit, and distribute images of Punk they own. There is no mention of commercialization, and there is also no transfer of copyright, IP, or trademarks to the owners in this license either. Due to the confusion and unclarity around the commercial rights, the frustration of many owners of this collection has grown. It's understandable, as many build their brands online around these punks, and if they cannot commercialize their NFTs like the owners of Bike, then you won't see any movements from the owners that takes the brand forward. A lot of celebrities also jumped on board and got Bored Apes, as they know with the IP rights they have, they can further grow their brands. In this regard, CryptoPunks did nothing. Another misstep that Larva Labs took in regards with the punks is their dispute over V1 CryptoPunks. When punks were first minted in 2017, there was a glitch in the original smart contract, so Larva Labs scrapped the first edition and reissued the NFTs. The second edition is what you see on OpenSea and other NFT marketplaces. However, some of those V1 CryptoPunks NFTs have been wrapped via a community-made smart contract and reissued as ERC721 Ethereum tokens, each with a different background color than the standard punks. According to the unofficial V1 Punks website, this recovery of the original Punk smart contract is a community-led and rapidly growing phenomenon consisting of original Punk claimants, NFT historians, digital archaeologists, and extremely talented developers. Larva Labs went on the offensive, suggesting that they weren't real CryptoPunks NFTs. But the creators were sending mixed messages when they sold some of their V1 punks while claiming that they shouldn't be considered legitimate. Hall, the co-founder of Larva, said the Larva Labs generated 210 ETH from the V1 NFT sales and used some of it to purchase one of the standard CryptoPunks. The team plans to spend the rest of the funds buying back additional CryptoPunks NFTs and will also match the amount with a further 210 ETH donation to the Rainforest Foundation. Later, Hall apologized for selling its own V1 punks, calling the move stupid and a bad decision. We made a mistake by interacting with this contract, Hall said of wrapping and selling the V1 CryptoPunks. We thought that by announcing our intentions and selling some of the tokens, we would signal our distaste for it, and maybe others would follow. That was a bad decision. We regret it and we apologize to the community. Hall also hinted that the Larva Labs will pursue some kind of a legal action around wrapped V1 CryptoPunks. We originally didn't go after V1 project for copyright infringement of both the art and the CryptoPunks name, because we didn't want to give any additional attention. But now many CryptoPunks owners have called for us to take action, and we agree with them. Let there be no confusion about the legitimacy of this V1 project. It has no right to use the art or the name. We'll be taking appropriate steps in the coming days. The suggestion of legal action, after Larva itself sold wrapped NFTs from it, has been met with vocal criticism from holders. Some see the move as being anti-community, anti-blockchain, and anti-decentralization, continuing some of the other recent debates around CryptoPunks. Amid missteps and a lack of communication, some saw Larva Labs as Web2 company trying to fumble its way through a rapidly evolving Web3 market, struggling to satisfy owners who expected more transparency, collaboration, and rights from pricey NFT investments. As the acquisition happened, Yuga Labs said it will grant full commercialization rights to holders of NFTs from both collections, which means they can use their CryptoPunks and Meebits avatars for products, services, marketing, and other initiatives. Besides commercial rights, Yuga Labs is not in a rush to change the Punks and Meebits. They want to see what owners build and proceed from there. Yuga Labs is projecting net revenue of $455 million this year, mainly through virtual land sales that will kick off this month. All in all, it's safe to say that this acquisition is good for both Yuga Labs and communities of CryptoPunks and Meebits. While Yuga Labs continue to expand their universe, owners of Punks and Meebits will be able to create and develop new projects that benefit them. That's all for today's breakdown. If you like our podcast, please support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends. Until next time, peace.